Welcome to another session of Java. I am Sri from CBTU. In this session, we are going to cover control flow statements, looping and iteration statements for while, do while. Iteration statements are statements that are repeatedly executed when a given condition is evaluated as true. Java control statements are decision making statements like if then else, switch, looping statements like for, while, do while, branching statements, and they are break, continue, return. In this session, we are going to learn about looping statements. Looping statements. Java has four forms of such statements, and each has its own purpose. For loop, enhanced for loop, while loop, do while loop. Let's take a for loop demo. For loops in Java include an initializer, a condition, and counter expression. The initializer expression initializes the for loop and it's executed once. As the loop begins, when the condition expression evaluates to false, it terminates. The counter expression increment or decrement is invoked after each iteration through the loop. For initializer, condition, counter expression, and within curly brackets, we are telling it to do something. In this demo, we are going to print 10 numbers for integer I equals to 1. This is initializer and this is condition. This is evaluated until this condition is met. When this condition returns false, then the loop exits. Let us take for loop demo. I have copy pasted the code here for demo 1 and public static void main string argument array, and for this is initializer, this is condition, this is expression. Let us print this until this condition is met and returns true, and it exits when the condition returns false. Let us save this file as for demo 1. Java C. Let us compile. Yes, this compiled, and here the class, the bytecode file is created, so you can check with the dir. As we can see, let us run it. Java for demo 1. Yes, it printed 10 numbers. Let us take another for demo. In this, we are having a multiple initializers and multiple counter expressions. I pasted the code here. Here you see the two initializers, one condition, and the two expressions. So I is incremented and 5 is j is decremented by 5. Okay, let us save this as for demo 2. Okay, let's compile this. Using a tab is easy to locate the file. Yes, we got the class file, bytecode file, and let us run it. You see j is decremented by 5 every time, and I is incremented by 1. Let us go for infinite for loop. So this is something interesting and tricky. The three expressions of the for loop are optional. An infinite loop can be created when the loop contains two semicolons and nothing else. For loop runs infinite and use Control C to stop the loop. So let us take this demo. We have infinite loop 1 here and 2 here, so I commented 2. So first we'll check for the infinite loop 1. Here you see two semicolons inside for but the expressions are optional, so we are going with just two semicolons. So let us say this is infinite loop 1. We have created, and let's compile this file. Yeah, the bytecode file is generated. Java infinite loop 1, enter. So it has to be Java infinite loop 1 class file name. Yeah, it's a unending continuous loop. Okay, so we pressed Control C to stop the loop, and let us test the next infinite loop. So I'm commenting the first one. So in this, I is initialized with 1 and the condition is I greater than or equals to, and we increment I plus plus. This is I is always greater than 1 as we are incrementing it. So this prints this is infinite loop and the number with the value of 5. So let us see. Just we are saving it as infinite loop 2. Okay, let's compile this file. It's compiled, and let us run this. You see it's printing the string along with the number, the value of 5. We use Control C to stop this loop. Okay, this is infinite loop 2 that we have checked it just now, and the next one is enhanced for loop. So in this we are going to use array. Enhanced for loops uses built-in iterators over arrays and collections to return each item in the given collection. Every element is returned and is reachable in the context of the code block. When the block is executed, the next item is returned until there are no items remaining. For integer array contains the values and in the curly brackets, so we are giving what to do, that is to do something. This is used to make loops more compact. For demo, consider an integer array which holds some 10 numbers and let us print them. Okay, so this is enhanced for loop demo. I copy pasted the code here, so let us save it as ef demo. So let us compile this. Java cfdemo.java, enter. Yes, it is compiled, and let us run this. You see this is an array of values which it printed. So this is integer array score which contained these values. This enhanced for loop picked one after the other from the integer array and it printed until the loop returned false. This makes the coding compact, so that's the benefit of enhanced for loop. Let us check next looping statements. The while loop. In the while loop, the test is done before each iteration. While I is less than 10, do something. Okay, so here we are going to print numbers, 10 numbers. Just take a demo. So this is the code. So I have commented this and this, so I'll tell you why. So let us say this file is a while demo. While demo.java. Okay, let's compile this. You see it gives an error because the I we need to declare this variable and initialize it. So I'll remove this. So here it is integer I equals to 0 while integer I less than 10. So here integer is not required. I less than 10, this is the condition. It print the value of I. So we are telling it to print the value of I along with this string. Okay, so let us save this and let us compile it again. Yes, it compiled and we are ready to run this. See, it's not incrementing the value of I, it's continuously looping there. So press Ctrl C to stop the loop. Here this I less than 10, it's always I less than 10 as we are not incrementing the value of I. So I'll uncomment this and let us see what happens. Let's compile it again. Let us run it. Now it printed 0 to 9 10 numbers. Okay, in the while loop the test is done before each iteration. So there is another while loop, that is do while loop. In this the test is done after each iteration. The code is executed when the condition returns true, else it exits the loop. Do within curly brackets, do something while this condition is met. So let's take a demo of this. Here we are going to print 10 numbers again. So dw demo, so let's save this. I'm using Notepad++. It recognizes Java syntax, and you can find out the syntax errors easily, and you can use Eclipse and other editors for coding advanced Java applications. So let us compile this. Let us run this. Here you see it printed 0 to 9, 10 numbers. Here we have done the initialization and incrementing. With this we come to the end of looping statements. Thanks for watching.